Right, so we've asked a few people like how they think how amazing this place is, and they all say it's amazing, right? But surely you think with this £3,000, if you do get it, you can make it better. Well, how would this £3,000 help?
£3,000 would help us enormously. We're always, being the voluntary sector, we're under resourced all the time, we're constantly fundraising, and the financial climate the way it is just now, it's difficult to get adequate funding to continue groups. What happens is we get funding in for a particular group, for a particular service, and it will only last 6 months or a year, and then we have to reapply for it. What happens is women will come here, they've got benefited a lot from a service, as they've been part of a group which they've been able to which has helped them to increase confidence, build up self-esteem. For example, in the Learning Centre we have groups such as child play. A lot of women come here, they want to look for jobs, they want to get training because they don't have any qualifications, or they've never had any experience in working anywhere else. So this kind of thing brings them in, they build the confidence up. What happens is the funding finishes and they're halfway through a group, through a course, not really they can't continue that. So by getting this money we can help continue these courses for them to develop their career paths and move on to get employment and training, because that's a big issue for young girls as well as older women as well that come here.
So you obviously have a lot of choices with this £3,000.
Yeah, we could use it for various groups. So we've had groups of young girls that we've ran as well. That's aged 12 to 25. Again, we've had to stop that just now because the funding came to an end. And that was a group that is much needed for young girls, because a lot of young girls don't have, or a lot of them because of restrictions, because of family restrictions, cultural restrictions, they can't use other groups because they're only allowed to come to a girl only group. So this was a girls only group. So a lot of them used to come here because it's a safe setting and it's confidential as well. And the family found that they could trust them to come here because it was all women, it was all girls. So that kind of thing I think is really important for us to continue. So it gave an opportunity to meet other girls that are in similar situations from two different cultures, and they're trying to fit in within two different cultures, and it's quite hard for some of the young girls who are from different backgrounds to fit in into a mainstream group, and sometimes the staff aren't trained. They don't know how to deal with the issues that the young girls have faced. So all our staff that work here are all trained in issues that the girls face nowadays.
Do you think since the younger groups for the girls, since they've been cancelled, have they started going to the more adult groups, and as you've seen a change in them, since they've grown more confident with the girls group and then going into the more adult things, maybe they don't talk as freely as they had done before. Have you seen a change in that?
Yeah, there definitely has. We have lots of things in place to monitor their progress. We do a lot of monitoring, so when they come in we monitor how they're feeling, and then when they finish the course, or once they finish the group, we monitor how it's benefited for them. A lot of them have a lot of more confidence, and they feel as though they can actually speak up for themselves, and actually speak to their family, for them to understand that they should be able to trust them to go other places, to other groups, and and get a bit more independence, because a lot of them don't get a lot of independence. A lot of them are restricted because of their parents, so a lot of them feel they can speak up more, and speak up for themselves.
What activities do you do with Young Sahelia?
Young Sahelia, we've done lots of things. Recently we got funding from the Heritage Lottery to look at their culture and their identities. So we did a lot of we went for residentials where they had people working with them that looked at their cultural identity and the roots. And there was other people from other groups as well, from different cultures, so they exchanged their cultural differences, their roots and where they came from and their identity. So it was an opportunity for them to look at their identity and see, actually to embrace identity as well and be proud of it, not just think, oh, that's my identity, I can't tell anyone about it. So I think it's an opportunity for them to share with other people from different identities and different roots as well.
Have you noticed since Young Sahelia closed, has there been less younger girls coming in?
We have the one-to-one counselling for young girls, so they come in for that, but not everyone wants one-to-one counselling. A lot of them just want somewhere they can chill out and speak to other girls as well.
Age.
There definitely is a demand for it, because we've got obviously a waiting list where young girls want to come and join a group, but we haven't got the money to do that just now.
Yeah. Do you think that if the money came back, you might have even more people coming? Like, you had the main groups, and then since money's come in, like, they've probably told other girls about it, and there's going to be a big flood of them coming in.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a waiting list for all the services. I mean, every single service that we run at Saheli, we have a waiting list, and I mean, we don't advertise, it's through mostly word of mouth. We'll have clients coming in through the door. So I think if we did advertise, that we're rerunning, it would probably be inundated with girls wanting to join the groups.
Yeah. Have you, like, from people working here, have you seen a change in them? Like, have they gained confidence? They seem more happy than like when they first joined? And does like volunteering usually lead to them asking for a job?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the girls that come here, some of them, the service users that come here, a lot of them ones have been through the therapy and say they've come and they've joined the course and they've gained confidence. A lot of them want to give something back to Sahelian because they feel that they've gained a lot from us and they want to give something back to Sahelian. So a lot of them actually do express an interest in volunteering. So we've had a few service users that are now volunteers. They might be coming back as a volunteer admin worker, or they want to do sort of volunteer befriending, giving something back to the organisation.
Yeah.
So it's always, it works both ways.
Yeah, so you give them and they give back.
Yes,
Yeah.
And it's something they want to give back themselves, so they feel, they're very passionate about what they've received, and they feel as though they've gained a lot from Saheli, and they feel as though they want to give something back to the organisation.
I think that's